Home improvement shows have always been able to get a lot of fans because people love seeing changes that make their dreams come true. Property Brothers on HGTV is no different. It's one of the most popular shows on the channel and stars twins Drew and Jonathan Scott. But along the way, something quite unexpected happened. People, even the twins themselves, had more questions than answers about what really happened to Drew Scott from Property Brothers. Over the years, fans have grown used to seeing Drew and Jonathan on TV cracking jokes while they did their things on the show. What many people may not know yet is how the brothers got to where they are now. A look into their early lives would help with that. Drew Scott and his identical twin brother Jonathan were born in Vancouver, Canada, in 1978. Their parents, Jim and Joan Scott, were big influences on their choice of career later on. Growing up, entertainment was always a big deal. Their dad worked as an actor and stuntman in movies until he retired to focus on other things. Having a mentor by their side paved the way for the brothers to start their own business. At first, it didn't look like they would be getting into real estate. Their story was so interesting that you might think they started their business as early as age 8. Their father had told them to find something to do when they were 7 and would often pay them for doing certain major tasks. At age 8, the brothers started making nylon-wrapped hangers that they sold door to door until one of their first big breaks, when a customer placed a bulk order for their product. From that point on, a fire was lit inside the brothers that would lead to the creation of one of the most amazing shows in HGTV's history, as well as a career that began long before they appeared on the show Property. Brothers Drew were dedicated to doing great things. When they were in high school, they took part in a number of plays and even trained to be party clowns, which brought in a lot of money for them. Drew first tried to become a professional basketball player, but injuries made him change his mind. Little did he know that he was meant for so much more. His twin brother and sister then focused on building their father's first career as an entertainer. As a teenager, Drew was in a few films, including the superhero movie Smallville, where he played a double for Tom Welling. That wasn't the only movie he was in. He was also in Breaker High and Madison. Drew had to take a break from acting when he and his other brother started college at the University of Calgary. They knew they had to find a way to make money while they were there, so They started out by fixing up a building and renting it out to other students. This was the start of a long journey. They soon started fixing up other buildings and selling them for profit, which led Drew to get his own real estate license after several bad experiences with realtors. Drew realized that they had started working in real estate just to make money and have enough money to start doing what they really loved, which was working in the entertainment industry. He left Jonathan in charge of running the real estate company and moved to Vancouver to start taking acting classes while also building the skills he would need for a career in the entertainment industry. He needed to be successful in the field, but he quickly got into debt and had to do something quickly to fix things. So he started an extension of the Scott Real Estate Company right there in Vancouver, and that was another success story for the brothers. They quickly proved to be a formidable team, with Drew's outgoing personality and negotiation skills complementing Jonathan's design knowledge. They weren't just successful at selling houses, they were also very good at helping people find their dream homes. But Drew was still set on being on TV, which led them to start a production company with their older brother JD. In 2002, they called it the Davidian Production Group. Meanwhile, Jonathan kept running their real estate business in Calgary. Drew later saw the potential for a reality TV show that combined their skills in renovations with his charm and knowledge of real estate. They pitched their idea for a show now. The show's producers were Cineflix and wanted to make a show called Realtor Idol, which would have been like American Idol. But for some reason, the show never got made, so the producers started looking for something with a more homely feel. This is how the idea for my dream home came about. Drew was to be paired with another female cast member to continue the show. Sometime along the way, Drew told them that he had a brother named Jonathan who had a background in construction and had been on the journey with him. Luckily, they liked the idea, and the show was named The Property Brothers. It was the start of a beautiful adventure that has kept fans glued to their screens for years. HGTV saw the magic in their idea and picked up the show. The first episode aired in 2011 and was an instant hit. They had to fix up houses quickly and on a tight budget, and in the end, Drew's job was very important. He used his real estate knowledge to find the perfect homes for the families that fit their needs and budgets. His negotiation skills helped him get the best deals for his clients, but Drew's real strength was his ability to connect with the families and understand their worries and dreams. The renovation process less stressful and more fun. The show wasn't just about fixing up old houses and making them look better. The main draw was the story they told, which was mostly about making the people's dreams come true by turning their homes into reality. The format of the show was generally interesting. We saw the excitement of finding a house and the challenges of tearing it down and renovations, and finally the heartwarming reveal of the finished dream home. It wasn't just about design, there was a strong emotional element that struck a chord with viewers. And just like that, Drew was able to make his lifelong dream come true. He was on TV. It wasn't in the way he had hoped, but he still had something very fulfilling, a career in real estate that he had started out as a way to hold things together. As they worked towards their goals together, those goals became connected to that dream. The original show was a huge hit and quickly became the basis for other shows. However, the story soon hit a snag, which surprised viewers who were used to seeing the brothers work together on the show. First, let's take a look at how popular Property Brothers has been over the years. The success of the original show led to a whole empire of shows featuring the twins. For example, Property Brothers Forever Home helped families make changes to their existing homes to better suit their changing needs, and Brother vs. Brother put the twins against each other in friendly competition as they renovated different properties within a set budget and time frame. Each property had its own allure that kept fans coming back for more. Drew and his brother even helped famous people with their home renovations in Celebrity IU, which was another brilliant move that made the show a huge success. Not only were the brothers working on the show, but they also managed to include another famous person in it through this spin-off. Seeing famous people get their hands dirty with the Property Brothers added a whole new level of entertainment to the mix. Their production company, Scott Brothers Entertainment, continued to put out successful shows, solidifying their place in the world of home improvement. Renovation Television ran successfully for 7 seasons, keeping up the same pace it had started with while bringing in more viewers. The 7th season started in September 2019, but Drew wasn't seen much later in the show, which led fans to wonder what was going on. The brothers had some fights that caused Drew to leave the show, and no one knew what was wrong. But later in 2019, Drew opened up about his problems and said he was having health problems. Doctors were trying to figure out what was wrong, and what had started as a dream came true. For the brothers, it looked like things were about to go off the rails. It was a tough time for the family because Drew wasn't sure if the illness would kill him. They had to wait for more information from the doctors. Drew's health problems and challenges were a wake-up call for fans that, despite what seemed like a perfect life on TV, he was actually going through his own problems. The revelation in 2019 that he had been fighting a mysterious illness for over a. As the year came to a close, fans hoped that he would get better. He talked about having flu-like symptoms, stomach problems, and being very sensitive to heat. He was said to be unable to do any strenuous activity and had to be medicated several times a day. The fear grew as the illness took a toll on his life and work. He had to stop filming, and Jonathan took over the show for a while. But it would never be as interesting as having the two on the show. Many people started to see the end of an amazing journey at that very moment. Drew was having health problems and posting about them on social media, showing his anger and fear. The crazy thing was that everyone, even the Scotts, wasn't paying attention. It took a long time for Drew to get a good diagnosis. At first, doctors had a hard time figuring out what was wrong with him. Eventually, they found that Drew was suffering from mercury poisoning and chronic fatigue syndrome. With that revelation, it was clear that if something wasn't done to fix the problem, Drew could die. Luckily, he eventually got better through a combination of tests and treatments, but the experience had a lasting effect on him. Drew's health scare made him an advocate for self-care and encouraged viewers to put their health first. Drew's honesty about his problems spoke to fans who had been through similar things. He fully recovered and has returned to the show, adding a charm that was sorely missing. Hopefully, we won't have to worry about the brothers in that way again. Now let's talk about Drew's personal life. Drew Scott met Linda Fan, a venture capitalist, at a bar in Los Angeles in 2010. The show is mostly about helping families find their dream homes, but Drew himself found love. Drew Scott's journey is incomplete without mentioning his loving wife, Linda Fan. Unlike Drew, Linda comes from different backgrounds, but their relationship shows that opposites really can attract. It all started in 2010 in Los Angeles, where Drew, fresh off the success of early Property Brothers films, met Linda at a bar. Unlike many Hollywood encounters, their connection wasn't fooled by fame. Instead, they became close over their love for travel and adventure. Linda, a successful venture capitalist, wasn't initially interested in the spotlight, but she liked Drew's passion and zest for life. They became friends and respected each other's careers, which led to a relationship that grew out of shared interests and respect for each other's careers. Drew's outgoing personality won Linda over, but Linda's intelligence and independence kept him grounded. Together, they built a strong foundation based on trust. After dating for 8 years, Drew knew it was time to take the next step. In 2018, they got married in a beautiful Italian ceremony. The event was filmed for the TLC special Drew and Linda Say I Do, and was a celebration of their love surrounded by family and friends. The special gave fans a look into their private lives and the deep connection they shared. In 2022, their love story took another turn. When their son Parker James Scott was born, it added a new dimension to Drew's life as a father. He still manages to balance his busy career with his family obligations, and social media often shows glimpses of their happy life together. Linda embraces her role as a mother while juggling her successful career. Drew and Linda's relationship. Drew and Linda are a real power couple. Each is very successful in their own field, and they are also very supportive of the other's goals. Drew is successful in entertainment and home renovation, and Linda is successful in finance. Their different careers keep their relationship interesting, even though they are both very busy. They make time for each other and talk about the ups and downs of being parents. Their journey motivates viewers to find love and build a strong foundation for a happy family life. After his health scare, he went back to doing what he loves, helping families get their dream homes. The Property Brothers show is still a huge hit, and they're always coming up with new and interesting content. Late last year, HGTV announced that the brothers will be bringing some new shows to the network. They air in 2024 and will be produced by their own Scott Brothers Entertainment. The two shows were backed by the Bros, and they will help other entrepreneurs get the most out of their high-stakes investments. They also have Don't Hate Your House with Property Brothers, which will find people who are already fed up with the state of their homes and help them bring them back to life. Besides announcing a new episode of Celebrity IU that looks like it will be a lot more interesting than the others, they also announced that the first episode of Back by the Bros would air on HGTV on June 5th, and that there would be 10 episodes in total. This show gives people a chance to learn from the brothers' experience in real estate, and we're really looking forward to it. Drew and his brother Jonathan are also interested in things other than acting. They're multi-talented and have managed to keep their personal lives together while doing all the things they love. Drew is also very interested in protecting the environment, and he and Jonathan use eco-friendly methods in their renovations whenever they can. They think that beautiful homes can also be eco-friendly. Looking ahead, Drew doesn't seem to be slowing down. He's still looking for new opportunities in the entertainment business. He's also a published author, having co-written several books with Jonathan about home design and renovation. On top of all this, Scott Brothers Entertainment has become very successful, with a number of successful shows. Scott Brothers Entertainment makes the following shows. House Hunter Amazing Water Homes is a spin-off of the popular House Hunter series that follows a family as they look for their dream waterfront home. The Great Give Back with Melissa McCarthy and Jenna Perusic is a show where actress Melissa McCarthy and her cousin Jenna Perusic help deserving families with home renovations. And Trixie Motel is a show about a documentary-style show about Drew and Jonathan Scott's efforts to restore an old Palm Springs motel. Trading up with Mandy Renahan. In this show, designer Mandy Renahan works with families who want to sell their old home and buy a new one. Drew's Dream Car. This short show follows Drew's journey to restore along with the new shows they will be making with HGTV for Property Brothers this year. They still have some other shows of classic cars. Drew Scott's story is inspiring. He is a successful businessman, a skilled real estate agent, a charismatic TV personality, and a loving husband and father. This look into Drew Scott's life taught people how to follow their dreams, deal with problems with a positive attitude, and put their health and family first. Thanks for reading. We hope you learned something new and were inspired by his story. If you like the Property Brothers, be sure to like and subscribe for more content about your favorite home renovation shows. Until next time.